What up, everybody? As you can see, playing Ymir in Smite. If you don't know what Smite is, it's a MOBA on the PlayStation and the PC. Originally was on PC, but it came to the PlayStation. I think it was actually on Xbox before the PlayStation, then it came to PlayStation. Not sure. I like the game a lot. I'm already like level 30. I'm trying to rank up in ranked matches, but ranked is kind of hard because you either do duel and go against someone that could just be really freaking good, or you just kind of get shit on, really. If your team is just terrible, you know, there's a lot of factors. There's a lot of factors. I want to make this video mainly for, I woke up this morning and saw a couple things on Facebook, and I'm gonna be completely honest. I honestly didn't know that. Well, I knew that bullying was like big, and you know what I mean. A lot of people do get bullied and shit like that, and I didn't think it was like that big anymore. But like back in school, I was bullied. You know what I mean? Back in like 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade, fucking 9th and 10th. Like even towards the close like of my I think towards the 11th grade, like towards the end of 10th is when I really stopped getting messed with. Because in retrospect, I just stopped taking shit and I started kind of like going back at them. It's not the best idea, you know. It's honestly not, because you kind of, when you do that, you build up this kind of asshole like perspective of it all, and in the end, it's not good. Like personally, me, when I was bullied, I made I kind of created this like personal defense, you know. And back when I kind of, it was almost to the point where I just became an asshole to everybody, like except for those close friends, you know, those close people that I kind of like before I even made the defense were there, you know, like Gabe, Gabe himself. He was like one of my best, you know, and biggest friends in all of, you know, me going to school and stuff. And he helped me out with a lot of it, but I don't know, I didn't get to the point of like depression with, you know, being bullied. And I understand that like that shit sucks, you know what I mean. I've had friends who have committed suicide because of it and stuff like that, and it hurts, you know what I mean. It sucks. I honestly think suicide should never be the answer. Like, even though if you believe, like if you truly believe in your heart that nothing's fixing, you know what I mean, and nothing's working and stuff like that, I just think that you should try, you know. Like, and I'm not saying that they don't try, you know, just saying that it sucks. Like, in general, it just sucks. Yeah, I've had a couple friends kind of, you know, off themselves. That sounds messed up to say it like that, but, you know, and it sucks. It really does, because you don't expect that, you know what I mean? Like, hey, everyone's like, oh yeah, somebody kills themselves, this, whatever, but it's really not, because suicide doesn't just hurt the person who did it, you know what I mean? It hurts everybody that ever cared about him, and a lot of people who do that don't think no one's there for him, nobody cares for him, and nobody's like wants to be there for him, and that's not true, you know what I mean? Some people are dumb, some people are just dumb, you know what I mean? Some people can't see that the way you're hurting, the way you feel pain, the way, you know what I mean, the way you don't think that there's a way out, you know what I mean? That there's just there's nothing here for you, you know what I mean? Nobody sees that, to be honest. Only people who have experienced that type of pain and that type of hurt are the only ones who do know how you feel and how you're going, you know what I mean, how you react to certain things and how things bother you and how, you know, it affects you. And I truly believe that if given the chance, I don't think you should, I don't know, off yourself. I just think you should, you know, try to look forward, you know, because the more you look back, the more it hurts. And I know, coming from someone who's never really like dealt with depression, like, or anything like that, it might be hard to kind of like hear that, but in the same sense, I don't know. I mean, I've been bullied and stuff like that, but when I was bullied, I fought back. You know, I didn't just let people, you know, push me around, fuck with me. You know what I mean? I was, and all through all through like middle school and high school, I was the big kid. You know what I mean? I was the fat kid. But in the same sense, like in middle school, around 7th grade, that's when it got really bad at one point. I I went through this ridiculous phase. I laugh about it now, but at the time it was really dumb. It was really horrible because I got so much hate for it. But I went through a phase where I dyed my hair black, and mind you, I'm a natural blonde. So, and I didn't dye my eyebrows. So like people who know about like dyeing hair and shit like that, you could just imagine how dumb that was of me to do. So when I did that, I was called a Lego guy. You know what I mean? Like, you know, the little Legos and shit. Because I guess it just looked that weird. I mean, at the time, it is actually funny and it was actually kind of clever because I looked at my pictures and I'm like, whoa, shit, I really did. But, you know, and most people don't believe it as bullying. They just believe it as kind of just, you know, messing around, joking and stuff like that. But to a lot of people, it's not, you know. To a lot of people, it's not just a simple, you know, joke. It's more, you know. And again, like around 7th grade is when I did that. I created this kind of this defense to where if anybody tried to mess with me, I instantly got hostile, and that's bad, you know what I mean? Because some of the people were actually trying to help me, and I just became an asshole, you know. And I was like, you know what? No, screw you guys. I don't want your help. I don't want your, you know, sympathy, nothing like that. And that's really bad, you know, because the best thing to do in those situations is be surrounded by people who care. Well, the only person that I kind of like let in and let talk to me and stuff like that was, again, Gabe, and this girl, you know, and this girl to this day, I don't know why, you know, she just, every time she talks to me, every time she texts me, every time I even see her face, it gives me kind of like a smile, and it, like, you know, makes me really happy. But they were pretty much like only the closest people was her, my buddy Gabe, and like 2 other people in middle school, because that's where it originated from, and that's where I kind of, you know, that it's one of the reasons I've been not as much of an asshole, because I honestly truly believe if I didn't have friends, I'd honestly probably be in like the worst situation, the worst place at this moment. But on like a fuller side note, you know, it sucks, you know, being bullied, being, you know, picked on, stuff like that. It really sucks. And me coming from like the biggest spectrum, you know what I mean? I was like a main target. But again, like I said, I fought back, and that's why I feel like it's not that bad. It's not, you know, it wasn't that horrible for me. It wasn't. I didn't, you know, I didn't try to hurt nobody else. I didn't lash out at anybody. Nothing like that. I fought back to those who messed with me. One of the main people who messed with me, I actually beat him up at one point. And I don't know why, but as soon as I did, like, I felt better. But I'm not saying just go, like, hurt the people that are hurting you, you know what I mean? Because you have to be better than that. You can't stoop to their level, you know? I did, but I'm not saying you should. And to anyone that's watching this, to anyone who's listening, to anyone that cares, you know? Honestly, I think you should just let it pass, you know? Because anybody that fucks with you, anyone that messes with you, they're just another person in your life that you probably won't even ever see again. You probably won't even ever, you won't even, like, you know what I mean? Like, you won't ever see them again, you know what I mean? And if you do, you know, you always have to strive to be the better person, you know what I mean? You see them again, don't react towards them. Say what's up, you know what I mean? Boom, bye, you know what I mean? Because in the same sense, they're kids, you know what I mean? At kids, when we're young, we're dumb. We are the dumbest people alive. I don't care what you say. I don't care if you're like, oh, but I had shit days. That just teaches obedience. Like, get the fuck out of here with that shit, okay? We are dumb, okay? All throughout middle school and some of high school, we are probably the dumbest forms of us in general. and that's honestly the truth. And that's how I truly see that. I find it is that we are truly idiotic, you know? And And the reason I say that is because we do those things where we start joking around with people and we, you know, do things and we don't know it hurts their feelings. We don't. You know, and that's what makes it bad. That's what makes it terrible, you know. But in the same sense, you're never gonna see those people again, you know. See that message, those people that picked at you, stuff like that. You're never gonna see them again. And that's one of the things that made me like, you know what, whatever, gone. You know what I mean? Like it's whatever. It's in the past. You know what I mean? It doesn't affect me. It doesn't hurt me now. You know, and I don't know. It's hard for me to explain, but like in my head, it makes sense. Like I don't know if I'm making sense to anybody here. I don't know what happened. You know what I mean? Anything like that. But you gotta realize that, you know what I mean? I'm speaking what's true. I actually, you know what I mean? I was bullied and stuff like that back in, you know, 6th, 7th, 8th, you know, 9th, and some of 10th grade. I was bullied, you know? But a lot of that changed after, you know what I mean? I essentially started making the jokes myself, you know? I'm a fat kid, I admit it, you know what I mean? But I also love myself, you know? You know? If you can't love yourself, you can't love nobody else, you know? And that's the way I truly see it. You can't just be like, you know what? If I love somebody else, maybe that'll make me feel better about myself. But that's not true, you know? Because I've tried doing that too, you know? With the same girl that used to talk to me, you know what I mean? That I used to talk to for a very long period of time, but we stopped talking like after 8th grade, and we didn't talk till 10th grade when I took her to a dance, and then we didn't fucking, you know what I mean? And that's the thing, you know? It's all about, the point of the matter is you have to just learn to kind of like let it go, I guess, because in the same sense, it's just nothing, you know? You have to become the better person, you gotta become the bigger person, you know what I mean? Anything like that. You just have to be better. But what I was saying is, you know, I started making the jokes by myself, but again, I love me, you know what I mean? And I honestly, truly believe that the only way you could ever love somebody is if you love yourself. And like I said, I tried doing that back when I was, you know, stupid and young. I was like, you know what, I have to, you know, maybe if someone else cared for me, that would make me care for myself, you know what I mean? But that's not true. I realize that you have to be able to truly love who you are, and that's what I believe, to honestly love another person. And if you can't, you know what I mean, then you have to learn to love yourself. Because regardless, if you don't like something about yourself and you're gonna complain about it, you just gotta change. You know what I mean? You have to, and that's the whole point of this video. I'm trying to explain that you have to be better than your past self, but not saying that, you know, I mean, what the bullies were doing were okay and shit like that. No, that's completely wrong. That's completely messed up. I'm just saying that in the current moment, if you are honestly believing you do not like yourself, you do not like the body you're in, you don't like anything about yourself, change. You know what I mean? Change for yourself, though. Don't change for anybody else. Don't change for your mom, your dad, nothing like that. Change for you. You know, become a better person for you. Learn to love yourself for you, not for anybody else, but just for you. You know what I mean? Because the moment you start to learn to love yourself, the moment everyone else will start loving you too. You know? And like I said, the wall I created was terrible. You know? And I wish I kind of didn't do it, because it's kind of created that persona. Like all throughout high school, I was honestly known as that asshole kid, but like only my friends really knew. You know, and that sucks, because I probably could have done more and been better. You know? But I'm hoping if you guys are ever met, like, feeling bad about yourself, just really, you know, sit down and love yourself. You know, really take it into yourself. But that's the end of my video. I really hope you guys have a great day. If you liked the video, like, share with your friends, share with anybody who's feeling this type of way. And I love y'all.